The Super Mushroom is one of the most famous power-ups in the Mario universe. If you ever played a Mario game, you've probably seen it. It's the cute little red mushroom with white spots. This thing is a lifesaver, literally. When Mario grabs a Super Mushroom, he grows bigger and stronger, transforming into Super Mario. This makes him able to take an extra hit without losing a life. It's like getting a second chance when things go wrong. Instead of shrinking back to small Mario, you can keep going like nothing happened. The Super Mushroom isn't just about surviving though. Being bigger means you can break certain blocks by jumping into them, opening up new paths and secrets. Plus, it feels pretty satisfying to stomp on Goombas or Koopa Troopas as Super Mario. Like you're showing them who's boss. This power-up has been around since the very first Super Mario Bros. Game on the NES. It's kind of a big deal because it introduced the whole idea of Mario growing when he powers up, which became a signature thing in the series. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the games, Super Mushroom is one of those items that always brings a little smile. It's simple, iconic, super fun to grab, especially when you're in a tight spot. Few power-ups in the Mario universe are as iconic as the Fire Flower. It's the little white flower with red petals that turns Mario into a fireball-throwing hero. When Mario grabs it, he doesn't just power up, he gets a snazzy outfit change too. His classic red and blue overalls switch to white and red, which is basically Mario's way of saying, I'm ready to bring the heat. With the Fire Flower, Mario gains the ability to chuck fireballs at enemies. Goombas, toasted. Koopa Troopas, roasted. It's like Mario's personal flamethrower, and it's incredibly satisfying to see enemies poof into thin air when they're hit. But it's not just about wiping out bad guys. Fireballs can also light up dark areas, hit blocks from a distance, and even bounce around in weird ways to reach places Mario can't. Plus, it's super handy when you're up against a tricky boss. Instead of dodging all those attacks, just stand back and spam fireballs. Strategy? Who needs it when you've got firepower? The Fire Flyer has been around since Super Mario Bros. And has become a fan favorite. It's the perfect mix of flashy and functional. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to see Mario channel his inner pyromaniac for a bit? Just don't let him near a campfire. Things could get, out of hand. Mario's power-ups are great, but the Tanuki suit holds a special place for its charm and versatility. First introduced in Super Mario Bros. 3, this magical outfit transforms Mario into Tanuki Mario, complete with a cute raccoon tail and fuzzy ears. So what makes this suit so special? For starters, the tail isn't just for show, it's a multi-tool. You can use it to whack enemies, swipe away obstacles, or even slow your descent when jumping. Flying through the air is a breeze with the Tanuki suit, letting you reach high platforms or hidden goodies that other power-ups can't touch. But that's not all. The Tanuki suit has a secret trick up its furry sleeve. Mario can crouch down and turn into a statue. Yeah, a statue. It's like the ultimate hide-and-seek move. Enemies will wander right past without a clue, making it perfect for sneaky situations or taking a quick breather in a tough spot. And this power-up isn't just useful, it's adorable. Watching Mario waddle around in raccoon-inspired costume never gets old. The suit might not appear in every Mario game, but whenever it does, fans can't help but smile. Whether you're gliding through the skies or outsmarting enemies as a statue, the Tanuki suit is proof that even heroes need a little fluff and fun in their adventures. It's quirky, it's clever, and it's pure Mario magic. The Metal Cap is one of the coolest power-ups from Super Mario 64. It turns Mario into Metal Mario, a shiny, unstoppable version of himself. When you grab the green Metal Cap, everything changes. Mario becomes heavier, tougher, and gleams like a freshly polished car. Even the music gets a metallic vibe, making you feel like a total boss. What's so great about being made of metal? First off, you're completely invincible while the power lasts. Enemies that normally give you a hard time don't stand a chance. They either bounce off or get flattened as you casually walk through them. Lava, spikes, and quicksand? No problem. Metal Mario doesn't flinch. Another awesome perk is that you can walk underwater. Instead of swimming and running out of air, you stomp along the seabed like it's a stroll in the park. This makes it perfect for exploring hidden underwater areas or collecting tricky stars. The Metal Cap isn't just about power, it's about style. Watching Mario clunk around in his metallic form is oddly satisfying. He's slower and heavier, but who cares when you're indestructible? You can only find the Metal Cap in certain parts of the game, so it feels extra special whenever you get to use it. Whether you're crushing enemies or exploring underwater, The metal cap is a shining example of why Super Mario 64 is still a classic. It's pure fun with a little extra weight behind it. Literally. First introduced in New Super Mario Bros., the blue shell is something to look for. This power-up turns Mario into Shell Mario, basically a hard-shelled version of himself. Imagine Mario turning into a turtle for a bit. Sounds like fun, right? Once Mario grabs the blue shell, he can curl up into his shell and zoom across the ground like a speedy bullet. The best part? He can crash through enemies, break blocks, and smash anything in his way. It's like a wrecking ball with a mustache. This is great for clearing out groups of enemies or making a quick getaway when things get dicey. But here's where things get even more interesting. When Mario's in his shell form, he can move incredibly fast, like a blur across the screen. But he's not just running around aimlessly, he's literally sliding, making him harder to control. So you better watch out for walls, or Mario might end up crashing headfirst into them. It's a wild ride. What makes the blue shell extra fun is how different it feels from other power-ups. Instead of flying or throwing fireballs, you're rolling around, smashing everything in sight. Sure, it takes some time getting used to, but once you master it, you'll be wrecking everything in your path. In short, the blue shell is one shell of a power-up. The boomerang flower might not always be the first power-up you think of, but once you've tried it, you'll wonder why you ever played without it. First appearing in Super Mario 3D Land, this power gives Mario a nifty new ability. He can throw boomerangs. No more getting too close to enemies for a jump attack. Now Mario can just stand back and toss a boomerang like a pro. But here's the fun part. The boomerang comes back, so even if you miss your target the first time, you can wait and catch it on the way back. It's like Mario's version of a magic trick, except instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, he flings sharp objects at Goombas. It's an incredibly satisfying feeling when you get it just right and the boomerang hits multiple enemies at once. Not only is the boomerang flower useful for taking down foes, but it's also a problem solver. Need to hit a faraway block or grab a distant item? No problem. The boomerang can do that too. It's like Mario's personal Swiss Army knife, perfect for solving puzzles or reaching tricky spots. In a game full of fireballs and flying, the boomerang flower stands out as a power-up that's both practical and fun. Sure, it doesn't get the same attention as the fire flower, but when you need to throw something and have it come back to you, it's the perfect tool for the job. Plus, who doesn't love the idea of Mario being a boomerang master? Nothing shakes up the Mario universe quite like the Double Cherry, a power-up that brings a whole new level of chaos and fun to the Mario universe. First seen in Super Mario 3D World, it's not just about Mario powering up, it's about making him double up. When Mario grabs a double cherry, he creates a second Mario that moves and acts just like him. And the best part? Every time you grab another double cherry, you get another Mario. It's like Mario's gone and made his own little army. Now imagine this, you're playing through a level, dodging enemies, jumping over obstacles, then boom, you grab a double cherry. And suddenly there are two of you. It's a little bit mind-blowing at first. The more cherries you collect, the more Marios you have running around. It's like playing a Mario game with a whole squad of Mario clones. This power-up is awesome for puzzles. Some levels require you to have multiple Marios in different places at the same time, pressing switches or carrying items. It's all about teamwork, except the team is just you, and a bunch of Marios. But let's not forget the fun factor. Watching multiple Marios bounce around, dodge enemies, or collecting coins can get a little crazy. It's a perfect mix of chaos and coordination. The Double Cherry proves that when you got a lot of Marios, there's no problem too big to solve, or stomp on. The Cape Feather is one of those power-ups that instantly makes Mario feel like a superhero. First introduced in Super Mario World, this feather turns Mario into Cape Mario. And suddenly he's soaring through the skies with the grace of a bird and the speed of a Super Mario. When Mario grabs the Cape Feather, his outfit changes to a snazzy white cape, and that flaps behind him like a majestic superhero cape. But it's not just for show. This cape lets Mario glide across the screen, giving him more control in midair. No more worrying about falling off the edge. Just spread those cape wings and coast over dangerous gaps or tricky enemies. It's like having your own Mario-style hang glider. What makes the Cape Feather extra fun is the spin attack. Mario can swing his cape to take out enemies, breaking blocks or clearing a path when he's in a tough spot. And it's not just about being cool. The cape can also help Mario slow his fall, making tricky jumps a little easier to land. The Cape Feather's charm lies in its balance of power and freedom. not just about flying around. It's about controlling your flight, timing your jumps, and using that cape to defeat enemies from above. It adds a lot of finesse to Mario's usual moves and gives the game a fresh dynamic. So if you ever get the chance, grab that cape feather and take to the skies. Feel like you're flying high with the best of them. If you enjoyed the video, you can subscribe to the channel for more amazing video game content. Thanks for watching, and see you on another journey.